What is artificial intelligence? Is it just smart technology? Or is it something that could change everything? Is AI actually helping us? Or is it slowly taking our jobs? Let's clear this up. Artificial intelligence is everywhere right now. And I don't mean everywhere like a buzzword. I mean literally everywhere. In what you watch, what you buy, what you search, what you learn, and sometimes even what opportunities you get. But here's the weird part. Most people either think AI is magic, or they think it's a scary robot that's coming to take over. Both are wrong. So in this video, I'm going to explain AI in a simple, clear way, without coding, without confusing tech words, and without hype. I'll break down what AI actually is, how it works behind the scenes, what it can and can't do, and how it's changing school, jobs, money, and everyday life. And I'll do it in a way that makes you feel in control, not overwhelmed. Quick question before we start. When you hear AI, what's the first thing you think of? A chatbot? Robots? Cheating in school? Put one word in the comments. I'm really curious. All right, let's build this from the ground up. What AI really is and what it is not. Artificial intelligence is not a single machine. It's not one program. It's a broad category of systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, like recognizing images, understanding language, or making predictions. The simplest way to think about AI is this. AI is pattern recognition at scale. It learns patterns from data. Then it uses those patterns to predict something new. That's it. Now, people often say AI thinks, but that's not quite true. AI doesn't think the way humans think. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have life experience. It doesn't have common sense the way you do. AI is more like a superpowered calculator for patterns. It's extremely good at noticing relationships in huge amounts of information and then producing an output that looks smart. Sometimes it is smart. Sometimes it's confidently wrong. And we'll talk about why in a bit. A simple analogy, teaching from examples. Imagine you're teaching a kid what a dog is. You show pictures, dogs in parks, dogs at home, dogs sitting, dogs running. Over time, they start to recognize dogness, the pattern. AI learns in a similar way, but instead of a few hundred examples, it can learn from millions. And instead of your brain, it's using math. Lots and lots of math. So when AI looks at a photo and says, "This is a dog," it's not understanding dogs like you do. It's calculating. Based on patterns in the data, this image is most likely a dog. And that concept, most likely, is important, because AI is built on probability. It's predicting what's most likely, not what's guaranteed to be true. The three big types of AI people mix up. To avoid confusion, let's separate three things that people often blend together. First, narrow AI. This is what we have today. It's AI that does one kind of task very well, like recommending videos, detecting spam, translating languages, or generating images. Second, general AI. This is the idea of AI that can learn and reason across any task the way a human can. That type of AI does not exist yet. Third, superintelligence. This is mostly science fiction, the idea of AI far beyond humans in every way. When most people say AI in real life, they're talking about narrow AI, today's tools, apps, and models. Machine learning, the engine behind modern AI. Now let's talk about how modern AI learns. The key phrase is machine learning. Machine learning is a method where computers learn patterns from data instead of being programmed with a long list of exact rules. Old school programming is like, if this happens, do that. You write rules. Machine learning is like, here are thousands or millions of examples. Learn the rules yourself. The learning happens during something called training. Training means the model is shown data, and it adjusts internal numbers, called parameters, so it gets better at predicting the right answer. After training, there's inference. Inference is when you use the model. You give it a new input, and it produces an output based on what it learned. So, training is learning. Inference is using what you learned. Deep learning, neural networks, and why deep matters. You might hear words like neural network or deep learning. Here's the simple version. A neural network is a kind of machine learning model inspired loosely by the brain, but it's really just layers of math that transform inputs into outputs. Deep learning means the model has many layers. More layers can help it learn more complex patterns, like recognizing a face, understanding a sentence, or identifying objects in a video. Think of it like this. Early layers detect simple things, like edges and shapes. Later layers combine those into bigger ideas, like eyes, then faces, then this is a person. Deep learning is one reason AI improved so fast in recent years, especially for images, speech, and language. A tiny history so it makes sense. AI didn't appear overnight. For decades, computers were fast, but not smart. They followed rules. Then, researchers realized, if we have enough data and enough computing power, we can let computers learn patterns instead of handwriting every rule. Over time, three things grew at the same time: data, computing power, and better algorithms. When those three came together, AI capabilities jumped. That's why the AI boom feels sudden, even though the idea has been around for a long time. Why data matters more than people realize. Here's a truth that doesn't get said enough. AI is only as good as the data it learns from. If the data is biased, the AI can become biased. If the data is outdated, the AI can be outdated. If the data is low quality, the AI can be low quality. And if the data has mistakes, the AI can learn mistakes, especially if those mistakes are common. This is why AI can sometimes produce weird answers. It's not evil. It's not possessed. It learned patterns that don't always match real life. Now I want to hear from you. Do you feel excited about AI or nervous about it? Comment excited or nervous and tell me why. I'll read the comments and make the next video based on what you say. If you want a follow-up, my next video can be how to use AI as a beginner in 7 days without feeling overwhelmed. If you want that, type 7 days in the comments. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the future.